Base resonator here. I'm getting ready to do 6 coasters. I'm going to use a bloom technique, and I just went around and got the bubbles out from around the edges using my trusty old silicone tool. The tip is broken off because I've used it so much, but anyway, went around and got those. I'm going to use, well, let me see if I can get those colors. Valentine's colors, red and peach red, which is sort of a pink. And then I'm going to use a white bloom. I'm using Castin Craft. And I have set out an ounce and a half, or what, about 45 milliliters of resin, and I mixed in 6 drops of Castin Craft to get that to a skim milk, listen to me, skim milk color, and then I will use that bloom. But I'm going to wait a little while. I'm going to drop the colors in here, and then I'm going to wait a little bit before I put the white. So I have the colors put in there, and now I'm going to take my tool and drag through the outer circle. So I'll start up on this top one here. Let me see if I can do it and look through. I can't do it and look through the monitor, the screen. I'm not touching the bottom. I'm just dragging through the colors. Make a little swirly action here. Okay, now I'm going to drop my white in just a little bit. I'm going to let that try and warm up a little bit more. It was almost at 100 degrees. I'm going to let it try and set just a little bit more, and then I'll put the white in. My name is not Peter, and I am not a piper. My piping really leaves much to be desired, but I did not go all the way in the middle. I'm going to do something similar to what Julie Cutts did and swirl that from the middle and try and get a big old bloom. I'm thinking I may draw in 4 petals from the outside just to give it a little bit more motion, because the my pedaling, my piping is just not real pretty. So we'll see. It's looking a little bit more interesting. I'm going to do that swirl real quick. When I was pulling them in from the outside in, they were already starting to show me that it's time for the swirls. So I'll come back after I've done those. I don't have a fixed camera to do this, so I'm doing it by hand, so can't do both at the same time and do a good job. But if these come out like what they're looking like right now, oh man. And I just looked up a color palette, and for pink and red, believe it or not, a very dark green. So I'm going to be using a very dark green color to back this. I think it'll cause that white to really pop on those petals. But, oh, this is looking pretty. Well, I mixed Dark Ocean Green by Eye Candy along with Kaiso Green from Eye Candy, and I used 2 parts of that Dark Ocean to 1 part of Kaiso to come up with this color that's just starting to cure. And this part is going to cure much faster because I used a different resin. For the first part of the bloom, I used Counterculture's hard cast. And for this green section, where's that other bottle? Here it is. I used a resin that I'm trying out called Primaloc, which comes from Pigmently. I really love their colors of mica and such. And I have found that Pigmently, or the Primaloc, super thick, and it cures very fast. So getting ready to go to church here in a little bit. When I come home, these should be done. Now this mold is a thick one. It's a little over half an inch, almost an inch thick. So these are going to be rather thick coasters. So going to be nice. Yep. Well, I couldn't hold the mold and take them out for you, but I did the next best thing. I pulled them out, but I didn't look. Let's see what these look like. They're still a little tacky. So I'm going to turn them over, and then I'm going to show you what they look like. So these are the pink and red. Oh my. Yeah, I do have a little bit of blobbiness, but man. Coolness. Well, my hand is right in the way. Yeah, a little bit more blobby on that one. But you can still see the blooming that took place. Maybe one less drop of white Castin Craft. And that one's got the most blobs, but you know, these are still very, very pretty. Well, let me know what you think. Nice.